This week's podcast is brought to you by FemFresh, the UK's #1 brand in feminine hygiene. Today's guest, you're not going to fucking believe it, guys. We've got Harriet from Love Island. Woo!
Hi.
What a day to have you on. I'm buzzing.
Yeah, I'm buzzing to be
and
here.
And I'm also going to give you right now a public apology.
Okay, go on.
From me and the nation. When you first went in the villa, I did a pod episode and I said, I don't get this girl. I don't like her. A week later, you're literally my favourite and I was obsessed with you. So that is my public apology. I feel like the nation has given you a public apology as well. We love you now.
Good.
And when you got voted off, I went to riot. So just know that. And before we spill the tea, I'm going to have a sip of my Arctic iced coffee. How has it been being back?
Crazy, like literally non-stop. Like I can't believe like the amount of like love and like the attention and like everything. Like I did not expect it.
Pete, I wish you saw, well you probably did, but when you came out, Twitter was in like uproar.
Really?
You and Ronnie.
Crazy.
Yeah, they were like, sorry. We were going to go and storm the villa, but they couldn't fit us all on the plane. So how did you get scouted first of all? Did you sign up?
I got scouted. Like
Love
it was a
that.
really quick turnaround for me. Like they asked me a few years ago, but it was just before I got into a relationship. Then I was in a relationship for 3 years, broke up really recently. And then 3 days later, the show approached me. And it was one of those...
crying.
I know, literally, sorry. But like, it was one of those situations where I was like, why not? Like, you know, when one door closes, another one opens. And I thought, why would I not do it?
Yeah.
So here I am.
How long did it take you from getting scouted to go in?
Like only a couple months, to be fair.
Really?
Yeah. And also like I wasn't meant to be starting lineup. So they told me, they cast me as like the first bombshell. So I was like, amazing. Like I was telling all like my friends and family, like the people you can tell. I was like, oh, I'll be in like the first or like second week. I arrived in Mallorca and they were like,
You're in.
You're in. I was like, oh, okay. Now we're doing this. Now
That's
it's real.
The best thing to do though is be the starting lineup. I
for sure.
couldn't be a Casa girl.
No way.
There's absolutely no fucking way.
No.
And they always get stick when they come out and they have, obviously because everyone has to talk about it. You get like press runs or whatever and everyone's like, why won't they leave them alone? And it's like, you have to talk about them.
Yeah.
You literally have to, it's just, I would hate to be a Casa girl.
No, I'm so happy that I was in the starting lineup. I feel like you form like such different friendships and like being an OG, like there's just nothing like it. Although I think if I was a bombshell, I probably would have had a similar storyline, you know, because I would have come in quite recent, but I'm so happy I was an OG.
What was your like preconceptions before you went in? How did you think it was going to go?
I didn't know. I kind of just like threw myself in. Like I was so nervous because like I really didn't know what to expect. I was a bit like, why am I doing this? Like, is this going to be okay? Like, what's going to happen? Like, and then as soon as I stepped in there, I was just, strutting around the villa.
Absolutely.
As people say.
Why was that a thing, by the way? I never noticed that.
But also the arm. I don't do the arm. I don't do the arm.
No, you actually don't do the arm.
No, I just do normal struts. Like even my friends were like, she does not walk like that. Like I promise. I promise, guys.
I swear. No, but if I was in that villa, because when you go in as well, it's like... what's the like decking? There's holes in.
Yeah, the amount of times I fell over, like you probably said.
I couldn't walk on that. I would be barefoot constantly, like awkwardly strutting. I wouldn't even strut out. What we're talking about. I can't strut. I'd be terrified. Is it as small as people think in there?
It's a lot smaller than I thought it would be. But yeah, like obviously I think when you're in there, like it is a lot smaller than what it looks like on TV. Okay. But it was a lovely villa. I'd love to live there.
You just go in there for every summer.
Yeah, although I'm not really sure about the orange dressing room. That's the only thing.
Dressing room. I was saying, thank God you can't really drink, because if I was hungover in that dressing room, I would be violently ill.
Yeah, but also the lighting, like I could not see my makeup.
So bright.
So yeah, it just was so different. Like when you walked outside, you were like, oh, I actually look like that.
Yeah,
like,
that is me.
Yeah.
Right, first triangle. You were in.
Yeah.
Talk to me.
Okay, so obviously Kieran and Nicole, that was in the first couple days, kind of realised that I wasn't feeling Kieran, but I think I was just more upset about the way he went about things.
Yeah, yeah.
And that's why I was so emotional, because believe it or not, like I'm not an emotional person, but I think when you're in there and your emotions are like so heightened and everyone's like nagging at you and everyone's constantly speaking to you and you know, you're in such a small like confined space, like you naturally are just like gonna feel things more. So I think, you know, that whole Kieran situation, like I realized within the first couple of days I wasn't feeling it, but I was more like upset about the way he handled things.
Yeah.
But I am really happy for him and Nicole. Like they are very well suited and I think they will last. So
I hope they do. After all of this,
I know.
Like, play the arguments.
Yeah, I know.
I can't keep up. But she's me. Everyone's like, she's really over dramatic, but that's me. I'd be doing the exact
yeah,
same.
I would be exactly the same on the phone, zooming in. Like that's me. Sorry.
I was thinking that. I was like, what a smart idea. But
know.
who's he dancing with right now? So second one, you had Ronnie, right?
Yeah,
There was a fight for the death with Ronnie.
I know.
Yeah. Tell me about that.
Well, do you know what it was? It's like from day one.
Yeah.
It was always me and Ronnie. Like, and I don't know how it was shown because I haven't actually watched everything back. But like, as soon as I walked in the villa, like we like clocked eyes and like we was having like little like flirts and little conversations. Like you know how it is. And we never really were able to speak because obviously I was caught up in two love triangles as it seems.
Yeah.
And then when we eventually spoke, like obviously he'd like been in a couple with Jess, so naturally they formed like a bit of like a connection.
But you never really saw that connection with them two, I don't think.
Yeah, I mean I didn't either, but I think
Fair.
yeah, I didn't, but obviously they were coupled up, so yeah. I mean, but for me, like from day one, like it was always Ronnie. Like,
I feel like you guys are so well suited.
Do you
He's so
think?
tall.
Oh my god, yeah,
I love that for you.
yeah.
You can
I know.
climb him.
Always got to be a tall boy.
God forbid. Yeah. God forbid a short king. No,
Yeah.
it's any short kings. I'm gonna get cancelled for that. Anyway, so you're with Ronnie, but also you did the sexy dance challenge, but also Jess was whispering stuff in his ear.
I know.
Did you know that was going on when that was happening?
Yeah, I did. But at the end of the day, like I knew how Ronnie felt about me and I knew how he felt towards Jess and he made it really clear to me. Like, I don't know what's been shown again, but like the little comments, they didn't bother me. They just went over my head. It was more a bit like embarrassing that they'd said that. And also the way, you know, when Ronnie like said it back to her, he wasn't saying it in like a, you wish. Like he was saying it as a joke because he was like mocking what she said. Because realistically, like what was he going to do? Like he was coupled up with me. Like we're very much happy in that couple. So you've got to dance on every single person. So it's like he just made it kind of a joke.
How did you feel about that dance challenge? Because to me, that is my worst nightmare.
Oh, I absolutely loved it.
Did you?
Yeah. I was first out for literally every single challenge. They made me go first. And I was like, do you know what? I was saying to the girls, like prep talking them before, like doing all their routines and like, I was.
Do you practice before?
Yeah. Well, I was going around saying, you do this, you do that, like trying to help everyone. And they didn't tell me that I was going to be first. They didn't tell you the order. And the whole day I was like, well, since we'd got the text, I was like, what's the order? And they were all looking at me really funny. I was like, guys, am I first? And they were like, oh, we don't know. And then they were like, Harriet, can you come to the door? And then they just shoved me out. And I was like, okay, we're really doing this. But I was saying, like, if you don't go for it, then you're going to look like weirder than actually if you just give it your all. Because like, what's the worst that's going to happen?
The worst that could happen is I go out there hunchback, awkwardly two-stepping. I go to lick someone, fall over. Like that I couldn't
They were going through my head, like when I was doing the splits, like, because I did them in the dressing room. I don't know if they showed this when we were getting ready and my heel got stuck on the floor.
Oh my God.
I ripped the floor open. I was like practicing the splits. My heel got stuck on the floor. I ripped the floor open of the dressing room and we were all just looking around.
You
like,
breaking your leg on the actual thing. Oh,
and I thought,
my
imagine
God.
this happens again, but I was like, I just got to go for it.
And you did. You did that.
Yeah.
I can, that to me. Do you have music as well or is it still no music?
No, you do, but I think you kind of just forget that the music's there. Like it's not very loud. Like,
oh, really?
No, it's not very loud at all. But it is nice, like, because the boys do really support you. And like, I was worried that they wouldn't be like that. Like I was first out and I thought, imagine if I was sat there in silence, like, oh, like trying to make their heart not go. But when I walked out, they were all like cheering me on and stuff. And I think that just like made the situation so much better.
Yeah, thank God.
Yeah, and also I knew I would be the girl cheering everyone on. So the fact that I could go to the terrace after and like cheer all the girls on, I was like, I was loving it. Yeah.
Who was the best boy dancer? You can't say Ronnie.
I think Will, like when he came out, like with the pistol, I was like, whoa.
The outfits kill me for the boys. They kill me.
I know.
Are you allowed to choose your outfit?
So they pick your outfit. I was actually meant to have Grace's outfit, the Catwoman one. And then when they put it on me, I was like, immediately no.
Yeah.
No. And
immediately
I was like, Grace, you look unreal on this. And then in this, and she tried it on and obviously she looked unreal. So then they ended up sending my one up.
Let's chat about Jess.
Yeah.
Because I assume you've seen all the clips since you've come out.
Yeah.
Yeah. Opinions?
I mean, it's really hard because in the villa, I was always trying to be the bigger person. And like, I had no idea that she was saying all these comments about me being like cheap and I don't know, everything else, to be honest. But I think looking at it now, I would have taken a different approach if I was in the villa. But also, it's one of those things where it's like, the way you talk about people actually says more about you as an individual than it does the other people.
And there was a really uncomfortable bit where this was early on where you guys were sat with Joey
in the kitchen and
that was so uncomfortable.
But the thing is, in this situation, I didn't feel uncomfortable because I was like just trying to like genuinely sort things out with her and like, you know, diffuse the situation. But I think whenever I tried to do that, she didn't want to know.
Are you a confrontational person or not?
No.
Because she's my worst nightmare as a non-confrontational person.
Like I'm really not. And I think in there I found myself in like this drama that I just really was just unwanted.
Yeah.
And I think there's nothing worse than girls arguing over boys.
Oh my God,
Like at the end of the day, someone's going to be with him and it's going to be awkward in the villa. So why would you purposely be nasty? And, you know, at the end of the day, like, as I said, like it says more about the person than it does about the other people.
And it always looks better if you look like you don't give a fuck. I feel like the men are always drawn to it. Love that for you.
I honestly really didn't get. And even like now I'm looking at it and I'm like, oh, that is just a bit embarrassing. Like,
have you, yeah, absolutely. I don't know if she's coming across well, but she is the prize. So let's not forget.
No, I'm the prize.
No, I'm the prize. So I want to talk to you. Did you watch Casa Amor? Have you watched Love Island since you came out?
I have watched a few.
Right.
Just because like I was cheering my girls on, you know.
Absolutely.
I watched movie night, which is a bit chaotic.
Oh my God, that is horror.
Yeah, that was crazy. I would have loved to have been there for that though.
You'd have been so good.
Because I keep seeing these clips, I keep getting tagged in on TikTok. Like as I said, I haven't watched everything, but it was like when I got back from the date and then Jess went over to Ronnie and had a conversation with him.
That was insane.
And then she came back and spoke to me about it.
Completely
Obviously in that situation, I thought that she was telling the truth.
Of course.
And now everyone's tagging me like, get Harriet in for movie night. You need to see what Ronnie says. And I've looked at the clip now and I'm like, oh my God. Like,
but you would assume that the girl is telling the truth.
Yeah,
so I would be like, yeah, but it was so twisted. We were watching like, sorry.
I know.
It was insane.
Like I would have loved to have been there for movie night. So I would have been like, actually seen it. But now I'm out and I've seen it. I'm like, wow, well done, Ronnie.
She'll know you. But you've also got the reunion to come too.
I know. I'm a bit nervous.
Are you nervous?
Yeah.
One bit of advice, get drunk.
Yeah.
Okay? That is my advice. I don't know if the producers will enjoy that. However, bit of Dutch courage, give it some.
Yeah.
You don't ever have to speak to her again.
No, never. Like I have left that in the villa, but I can't even be bothered to even speak about the comments anymore with her.
But I think it's like, as well, it's difficult because when you're it's not really that many of you in the villa and there's going to be people in life that you don't get on with anyway. But when it's just you in the villa, it must be so difficult to be with people that you usually wouldn't have any association with and you don't get on with.
Yeah.
Because in normal life, you have an argument with someone, you can just go and not speak to them and speak to other people. In the villa, you just have to speak to them.
It's like I'm not a sensitive person, but like, for example, in the Kieran situation, someone said that to me on the outside, I would have just said, oh, okay, and batted it off. But it was more the fact that we're in like a confined space, like everyone's like, oh my God, did you hear that? Did you hear this? Did you hear that? Then I was thinking about like what my family would think if they were watching. And that's why I got so emotional because it is so hard in there. Like it is like the best thing I've ever done. Like, you know, I had the best time ever, but it's also really hard. Like it's really full on.
You don't have to explain it to me. If I was in that villa, I'd be crying every day, every second of the day.
I'm not even a crier. Like believe it or not.
No, I don't blame you at all in that villa. When it came to those comments that Kieran made, a lot of it was cut though, so we didn't see the whole thing. Did it go on for a long time?
Not really. Like I know Jess was giving it you can give it, but you can't take it. I was not giving it at all.
Yeah.
But one thing I will say about that scene is Matilda, it's been made out, she was like egging on the situation and she was like trying to make drama of the situation when actually what happened was Jess was whispering stuff in Matilda's ear and being like, oh my God, did you hear that? Laughing. And she went, no, hold on a minute. What did you say? Like she was sticking up for me.
Fine.
So I keep getting tagged in things where it's like not Matilda creating the drama and then running off after Harriet. And it was like, no, like Matilda was such a good friend in there. Like she is such a girl's girl. Like everyone needs a Matilda in their life, like honestly. So in that situation, like one thing I will say about that scene is she was sticking up for me and then she walked off after.
It just came across badly.
But it's just been cut like in a...
Talking of Matilda, what do we think of Sean?
Oh, it's hard because The Sean that I know,
Yeah.
he was so lovely to me from the beginning. Like, I think it was pretty clear that he did have very strong feelings for me. Because I keep getting tagged in a lot of
He
things.
wanted a slice.
He did want a slice. But then when Matilda came in, like, I was so happy for him. Like, they're very well suited.
You were like, finally.
Yeah. I was like, finally. But also, I loved Sean so much. He was such an amazing friend to me. And like, I was going in there. One of the things I was really nervous about is like, sharing a bed with a boy.
Yeah.
Like, I'm a really private person and like I don't really do stuff like that. So I was like really nervous about it. But Sean made me feel so comfortable. Like it was like having my little brother in there. And like when he came in, I was like almost like proud because I was like so happy that like Matilda came in for him. And like,
they're so well suited as well.
They are.
They're both really bubbly.
but I don't know what's in the air at the moment. Like my Sean, I don't know what he's doing with.
I think he hadn't really had any attention in there, and all of a sudden 2 girls wanted him. He probably thought, you know what? Let me film a boots.
But I think it is a boy thing. Like I've said it numerous times in there. They do just get very overexcited. Like at one point I was saying to them, like, I sat them down, I said, guys, you're not on a Zante lads holiday. Like,
they think they are.
Yeah. They do.
It's bizarre.
Like, I'm like, oh, like.
I think they forget it's being filmed as well.
Yeah.
Every year they do movie night after Casa. Every single year.
Yeah, they know. So just behave yourself.
So I would 100%. I'd be like, no one speak to me at all.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely not.
Because you know it's going to be shown. So like, like this is what I can never understand.
You were also really close with Joey in there. Right. Joey, I need your opinion on this.
Okay.
Did he like Grace or not?
Yeah.
He did?
Yeah, he did really like Grace. But also he did have a really good connection with Samantha at the beginning.
Yeah.
And it is hard because I was really close with Samantha in the villa and then he jumped from Samantha to Grace.
You were the middleman.
I was.
Yeah.
I was literally like...
Both coming to you and
yeah.
you're like,
Yeah, I don't know what to say. I don't know what's going on. But no, Joey, I think it was just hard because he never expected her to come in. So it was like... naturally, like, how do you act if someone you've got history with walks in the villa?
Yeah.
Like, it was moving like X on the beach.
Oh,
like,
that bit I completely understood.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%.
But yeah, Joey, I do think he did have genuine feelings for Grace. And I don't know what's happening with him and Jessie, but I'm still rooting for Joey and Grace.
I think that because she's just got rid of Blade. Poor man. He looks good. Not much going on there.
I know,
Yeah, bless him. It's like having a conversation with a wet flannel. But I think her and Joey will find their way back to each other.
I hope so.
I need them to because they were the best looking couple in there. Do you know what I mean?
And he's definitely, it's like Barbie and Ken. Like they'd walk around the villa and we'd be like, what Barbie are we getting today? Like what Ken are we getting today?
Honestly.
But they're very well suited and, I don't know how he would like go around it now or work back to it, but more so than him and Jessie.
Yeah.
I think that him and Grace are a lot more suited.
You don't really see much of him and Jessie though, to be fair. So I guess we don't really know how they interact, but I never really see them chatting.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
No, I mean, when I was in there, she'd only been in there, I think, a few days. I didn't really get close to her because when at that time, Grace and Matilda were like my best friends in there. So I just spent like all of my time with them. And I was hearing about that situation with Joey from Grace. So it was like a bit awkward.
A bit one-sided, yeah. Who do you want to see in the final?
I would have said Uma and Will. I actually would.
Well, here we are.
We can't do that.
Yeah.
I think for sure, Sean and Matilda.
Yeah, of course.
Grace and Joey.
Yeah.
And Mimi and whoever she decides to couple up with, because honestly, she is an angel.
That girl's had a hard time.
I know, and I feel so sad for her. Like, I was crying the other night. Like, me and Samantha, we were on the group chat. We were literally crying because we like felt so sad for Mimi because
she came back
obviously
on
we
her
came
own.
in with her and then she came back on her own. And like, I felt like so emotional because I was like, oh my God, like, that's my girl.
That was so sad to
I know.
watch. Because I was like, oh no, he probably won't have his head turned. First day, I was like, okay, he's got his head turned.
Yeah.
Awful.
But I didn't expect that from Io. Like,
neither did I. I didn't think he would. But what's her name that he's coupled up with?
Jess.
Jess?
Yeah, I think so.
Jess
Not Jessie.
Jess S.
Jess S.
Is who he's coupled up with.
Yeah.
She's been really respectful towards Mimi. So you can't even like
and also,
dislike her
what?
about it.
She's a lovely girl and she seemed really lovely. And I think that she would get on with Mimi. And that's what's so annoying. It's like when Uma came in and they were in like a love triangle, Uma and Mimi were like the best of friends. And it's like, I know that Mimi's going to be such good friends with this Jessie girl, which I'm glad that a boy doesn't get in between. But then also, sorry, Io should not be moving like that.
Crazy. And you can't hate Umar as well. You just couldn't hate her.
I know.
She had just such good energy.
Honestly,
I'm so sad she's gone.
I know, so am I. But I also can't wait to see her. Like,
oh, I bet as soon as she lands, she'll be at Heathrow. Like,
yeah, no, literally. Like, she's honestly the most amazing girl. Like, her energy, like, she's just real. Like, I feel like a lot of people in there, like, we all had different journeys, but some people had like more downs and ups. Like I definitely did.
Oh yeah.
And I think Uma did as well, because she was being so true to herself. Like, and you know, some people in that situation don't, and they hold it in. And I think, you know, I'm so happy that the public can see like that she has genuine feelings for Will, and like
100%.
She's literally like, you know, that emoji that, have you seen it?
What the
emoji? Like, honestly, she's the cutest person ever.
I hope her and Will last on the outside. I hope they do. I think they will.
Yeah.
What a good looking couple as well.
I know. I can't wait to double date. Like, me and Ronnie were texting. We were like, we can't wait to double date.
Finally, you're the ones voting them out. Come on. Speaking about strutting around the villa, why don't you strut over to Shopify? You know what that sound is, girls. The real ones already know. That is the sound of another sale going through on Shopify, the all-in-one commerce platform to start, run, and grow your business. From big brands to small boutiques, Shopify helps businesses worldwide to sell in person and online. No matter what stage you are in your business, Shopify helps you grow like the true girl boss you are. Once you start selling, Shopify makes getting paid easy by accepting all payment types. Shopify even gets you selling across social media like Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok. And one thing about me, girls, is when I'm scrolling on TikTok, I'm always buying on it too, which is really useful for busy people like me who are easily influenced, let me tell you. Thanks to the 24/7 help and the extensive business course library, Shopify is there to support you every step of the way. Sign up for your £1 per month trial period at shopify.co.uk/grace, all in lowercase. That is shopify.co.uk/grace to take your business to the next level today. Right, I've got some questions from the public.
Go on.
Number one, do you fake tan in there? If yes, how do you do it?
No.
You don't?
Tan,
Does anyone fake tan in there?
No.
I'd be fucked. I'd look like tiger bread.
Yeah, we couldn't deal with it going like tiger bread, so we never would.
Oh my God. What do you do if you don't? I don't tan.
Do you not?
No.
I don't know. I think everyone in there tan, to be honest. Or if not, they were like, you know, not promoting this at all, but they were all doing sunbeds before, so naturally you get like...
Oh, they were building it all up.
Yeah.
Fine. Okay. I can't go in. Opinion on Nicole being annoyed at everything Kieran does.
I think with Nicole, she's just a really sensitive girl.
Yeah.
And I think it is hard, like going in there and, you know, it is, all your emotions are heightened. And I think that maybe she's letting past relationships, like the feelings that she had and like, you know, I don't know how to explain it, but like the past like traumas, I guess, like in relationships, like she's kind of thinking about them when she's like with Kieran.
Yeah.
Obviously it's hard as a girl and she is really sensitive. So I think, you know, she's just acting on how she is in the moment. But Kieran does have genuine feelings for her. And I think that they will come out the other side.
And she's with a rugby boy. They have the worst reputations.
I know. It's crazy because all the time she was saying, like, from the first day I met her, she was like, I'm not having a rugby boy. I'm not having a rugby boy.
Here she is.
And then I was like, here she is with a rugby boy. But also, maybe he's the rugby boy that will, like, change the opinion. So they do say that,
I think as well, he should have just lied about his body count. Do what a girl does. Say it's 3.
Yeah.
Say it's 3 and how will she ever know? Right? That's what he should have done. 120.
Yeah, I don't know why they were all trying to be lads and like tell everyone their body count. I was thinking like, please don't do that to Nicole. Like I feel sad for
That
her.
poor girl. She was like, how much?
I know.
Awful. Okay. Are you all addicted to orange squash? Because it's all we see the islanders drink.
Orange squash?
Yeah. What are you drinking in there?
I was on the iced coffee. I had about 5 a day. That's why I was running around the villa. Like on a caffeine high.
Full of beans. Around. Today I'm drinking the Intenso, strong and smooth, like me. Did anyone get drunk this year?
We're only allowed like 1 drink a night, so no. But also I think when, you know, it's hot in the day and it all gets to you a bit, like I'm such a lightweight, like on the outside, I don't really drink much. So I think going into that environment where you're drinking 1 a day, like that was a lot for me. That was like, whoa.
Yeah.
Like, so I did feel myself a little bit like tips.
I'd be sneaking it. I promise you I'd be sneaking it.
Samantha was.
Was she? That's our girl. I love
our
that for her. What is your opinion on Will after the movie night?
My opinion on Will hasn't changed. I think, you know, I was in there the whole time with him. So I saw how he felt towards Uma, but I just think it just goes back to what we were saying about the Zante holiday. Like they all think they're on a lad's holiday and they all need to calm down a bit.
They do need to calm down.
But I do think that they will work on the outside and they do have genuine feelings. Like, and last night showed that, you know.
Well, yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
Who vapes? Because I'd
quite
be
a lot
in
of people
there
did.
with the lemon and lime.
The only people that didn't was me, Nicole. Oh yeah, just me and Nicole.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Like out of the girls, I think. I might be wrong. No. Me and Nicole were the only ones who didn't vape, yeah.
Wow. And you have to go out one by one.
Yeah.
That's horror.
I know.
I'd get no airtime.
They used to show it where everyone would be like in the smoking area, like debriefing. But I was a bit jealous because I was like, I just want 5 minutes outside the villa. But obviously I didn't.
I am going to petition to bring back the smoking area because all of the gossip would happen in the smoking
that was like
area.
Gold TV.
100%. Even if you have to put a nicotine patch on to go sit in it, just bring it back. That's what I need. And maybe 2 drinks a night.
Yeah, I do.
Because could you imagine the arguments?
I know.
While
crazy.
drunk? Be incredible.
Yeah, because it used to be a lot more crazy. And obviously I think that is a lot to do with it. Like
100%. I need it back. Love Island. Did you go in the show for love or business?
Love. I think, I've only ever had one boyfriend my whole entire life, but I really thought that he was the one at the time.
Yeah.
And then how it ended, I was just like, when one door closes, another one opens. I was ready to find like a real man.
Real man.
And
a
obviously
Ronnie.
my time was cut short, but we're a Ronnie boy now, so.
Has he messaged you since you come out?
Who?
As in your ex?
Oh, no.
No.
No. We left it on really good terms.
I'd be on smoke.
Yeah,
I'd be like, you want to go on Love
I'm not really
Island?
sure how he's feeling, but he is really low key and he's not like in the public eye or whatever. So it's like, I don't even think he would bother watching it. But
Fair
I mean,
enough.
at the same time, like, who really wants their ex-girlfriend strutting around in a bikini? And,
No one.
Yeah.
No. Oh my God, that's like the worst night.
I
Worst
know,
case scenario.
Sorry. I'm actually sorry.
Okay. Snog, marry, avoid. AO, Will, Sean.
I would marry Sean.
Oh.
Love him.
He's sweet.
He was so lovely to me. Who was the others?
Will and IO.
I would snog Will just because I do think he's very attractive.
Come on.
Not after his movie night behaviour, but...
Ah, God forbid.
And then IO I would avoid only because of his behaviour towards me.
Fair.
Got back my girl.
Absolutely. Did anyone have sex in the villa?
No.
No. You're joking.
No.
How long were you in there for?
I was in there for 4 weeks, I think.
And no one did anything?
No.
Not
It
even
was very PG in that.
Not even a finger?
No.
Wow. Really?
No. We're all really like... Well, to be honest, I didn't.
Yeah.
And I know like Matilda didn't, like Samantha didn't, Grace didn't. But the other girls, I don't really know.
Wow.
Maybe they were just keeping it private, but I was definitely keeping it PG. I would never.
No one's gone in the hideaway yet either. Like just to go and sleep there.
I mean, me and Ronnie were going to.
I know you were. And you should have.
I know, looking back, I wish I did. But
The drama.
yeah, for the drama. But then I was just like, I am a girl's girl. So I was like, no, I can't do that. That's really nasty.
Who do you think would use the hideaway?
What now?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know.
I think if Grace and Joey got back together, they would.
Yeah, for sure.
Love that.
Yeah.
Love that. If you could put anyone in that villa together, apart from Grace and Joey, that aren't coupled up, who would you put together?
Who have we got? I forgot.
Not Uma. She's gone.
She's gone. So we've got...
Oh, I guess you got the 2 new boys too. Who's the new girl that Joey used to see? Another one that Joey used to see.
Oh, Emma.
Emma.
Oh.
Who's Emma?
It was Emma.
I love that sound.
Yeah, same. I love it. So she plays in my head every time we go.
Every time.
I don't know, maybe one of the new guys with Mimi. I mean, they're not coupled up, are they?
No. I was thinking the other day, I think it was Ruben that picked Umar. How embarrassed would you be though that you
I did
picked
feel
her
really bad for him.
and they've both left?
I know.
Oh my God.
I know. I feel bad for them, but at the same time, like,
Why'd you pick
he
her?
did know what he was gonna do. But I do rate the boldness. Like when they walked in with all the chat, I thought, where has this been the whole time?
Can we just quickly talk about the fact that he went straight into speaking Spanish? He thought he's like, yeah, the girls will like a bit.
Yeah, I know.
In the holding cell, he's been practicing it.
Yeah, that's what he's been doing in that time.
100%.
He's probably been in there for 4 weeks. In the holding villa.
Just learning Spanish to impress. Okay, so now you're out. How's things going with Ronnie?
Things with Ronnie are actually really good. Like we've been non-stop speaking, like since we landed. I've seen him quite a lot. Haven't seen him like for like couple days now. It's so weird because I haven't seen him for a couple days. Like it's been 2 days and it feels really unnatural because we were together for 5 weeks. Do you know what I mean? So when you go from seeing a person every single day to missing them for 2 days, like it's a bit of an adjustment.
I bet.
But yeah, we are going really well. I'm seeing him again later. So yeah, it's going really well.
Please stay together for me.
He is very different on the outside, and
is he more like reserved on the outside? Yeah. That's always the way because I guess also they're not around the boys.
He's really like reserved, and you know that scene where he was like sticking up for me, and he came over to me when I was really upset.
Yeah.
That's what he's like all the time.
So sweet.
Like I think again he was just getting excited about the lads' holiday, but he is such a lovely boy. Like,
have you met each other's families at all?
Not yet, just because it's been so crazy. But he is coming down to meet my parents soon.
Is he?
Yeah.
Are you nervous?
It's hard because obviously the Ronnie that my mum's in, like she's a bit like, But again, like when you meet him, like so many people, like some of my friends have met him. Like my friend Saffron met him the other day, went for dinner. They're like, oh, he's really different. So I think also the way that he was towards the end of our time, they like that Ronnie. So,
are you nervous to meet his parents?
I don't know. Like, I mean, yeah, it's a bit scary, isn't it? But at the same time, I can talk for England. I can talk to anyone. And I feel like, so I'm quite a confident person. So
also, so Saffron, you were friends before you went in. Did she give you any advice before you did go in?
She just said like, be yourself. And I think in the beginning that looking at clips back, like I was being myself and it was a lot. And then when I settled in, like, I'm so happy the public could see me for like who I actually am because, you know, I wasn't acting the whole time. I was so true to myself. And I think, you know, I am so happy that I did it. And I'm so glad that I've came out and people can actually see what I'm like.
100%. I feel like towards the end as well, people really like got you.
Yeah.
I think sometimes it's hard for like, especially when you're only watching an hour, like even I'm guilty of this.
It's like 45 minutes.
Yeah.
Like
it's not enough to see someone's personality in full. Because when, is it Patsy when who was the first one voted out? Was it Patsy?
Yeah, Patsy and Mumvir.
Yeah.
No, it was Sam, but
and then Patsy.
And then it was Patsy and Mumvir.
Because when Patsy came out, she put on her Instagram, she said, I don't know what you guys are seeing, but she's the funniest person in there. Like she really had your back. So
yeah, I love Patsy. I've seen her and Samantha quite a lot.
I saw the TikTok you guys did together.
Did you?
Crack me up. Okay, quick fire. Who was the messiest in the villa?
Nicole.
Really?
Her clothes were all over the gaff, honestly.
That would be
like
me.
I would be the one sorting out all the wardrobes and Nicole's pile was bigger than anyone else's.
Yeah, if she ever got voted out, she'd be fucked.
Yeah, like her clothes, there's like one shoe in someone's wardrobe, one in the boys' wardrobe.
Do you just share all the clothes? Or you wear your own?
I took a lot in, but we did share. Like when I left, 3 of the girls were wearing my outfit, so I thought, you know what, you can keep
Have it.
Yeah.
Worst rule in the villa?
I think when you're having lunch, you can't speak to the boys.
Oh, are you like separate from them?
Yeah. So when you when you're eating lunch, you're separate, and it's annoying. Like when like a scene's just happened and then you're cut for lunch because sometimes you don't know when lunch is. Obviously, you have no idea what the time is. So say if like someone's had an argument or something and you just want to sort it out, you've got to wait till after lunchtime.
And you've just got to sit there and eat.
Yeah. So I would just be like looking, like say if me and Ronnie had an argument, I'd just be looking at the table like it's speaking with eyes.
I'd be sat there like.
Yeah.
No words. What were you fed?
So they did like cater in the morning, so you'd get lunch and dinner. But me and Samantha and Matilda were such fussy eaters. Like that's why you'd see us in the kitchen every night eating bread and crisps. Because I'd like wake up and it would be like, well, it felt like 11 a.m, but it definitely wasn't.
Yeah.
And like we'd be having like shepherd's pie and pasta, and I'd be like. Also, it's boiling hot and I'm in a bikini. I don't want shepherd's pie and gravy.
Of course.
Yeah, so I wouldn't really like the lunches. So we would just like make our own stuff like avo on toast and stuff.
Fine.
But yeah, the meals, I think the boys like the meals. They just like anything protein-wise.
Men will eat anything. Mince and eggs.
Yeah.
Who was your least favourite Love Islander, girl and boy?
I don't know. I mean, I didn't...
I think girl might be self-explanatory, but what about boy?
Okay, so... Boy, I'm going to say Kieran only because of the comment that he made.
Yeah.
But again, like he wasn't like that the whole time. So
yeah,
you know, I didn't actually dislike anyone, but I think for that comment, I've got to go with Kieran.
100%. Any arguments, that weren't aired? that you know of?
Well, I haven't watched it back, so...
Would you watch it back?
I mean, me and Ronnie both said, like, there's no way in hell we're watching any of it, and there's no way we're watching any more every single night in debriefing.
I'd start arguments over something that happened 2 months ago, 100%, if I watched it back. There's no way.
Yeah.
I don't, but then I guess it's like...
Oh, actually, tell a lie. I watched the heart rate challenge with the girls.
Oh, did you?
I just had to see.
100%.
And I was like, slay. Like, I was like, wow, look at us girls go. But other than that, no, I don't think there was any arguments that weren't aired.
Oh, we've got it all.
Yeah.
Okay. The last question here. Do you wax? Do you shave? What's the vibe? Because if I went in there, I'd be fucked. I'd have to wear a sarong.
Yeah.
There's no way.
We shaved in there.
Did you?
Like us girls, yeah. It was a bit of a mission.
And no one got shaving rash?
No, a lot of us did, but the cameras, they were doing good things. Yeah.
Really?
Well, obviously, when you're doing it like every day, you've got to.
This is what I'm saying. I would be fucked. I look like I'd been mauled. Like, there's no way I could do that.
Yeah, I was so nervous, but I think, it was fine in there. Like, everyone's in the same boat. Do you know what I mean? So if someone's got like a prick on their leg, they're not going to be like, oh.
Zoom in.
Yeah.
What was your best memory in there?
I think my date with Ronnie.
Oh,
it was so nice. Cute. And we were so like surprised by it.
Yeah.
Actually, going back to one thing, argument, quickly. So before the date,
right,
I actually went over to Jess, like, and just to see if she was okay, because like at that time, you know, everything moves quickly.
And wasn't this just after she'd already said that they had that chat?
No, this was before the date.
Oh, so after the date she had that, right? Okay.
Yeah, so I got the text through. Well, someone did in the dressing room. It was really unexpected. We were getting ready and no one expected it. So I just went over to her and I was just like, are you okay? And she was just giving me the cold shoulder. But I was genuinely like concerned because I was like, you know, it does move quickly in here and everyone's feelings sometimes get forgotten. And I was like, I just want to really make sure that she's okay because it's not nice. I know she did like Ronnie, and for him to go on a date with another girl, I was like, if that was me, I would be really upset.
Yeah.
So that's why when I got back, I was so confused.
Yeah.
Because I don't know if they showed me doing that or they showed like our little bicker before. But, you know, I went out of my way to make sure that she was okay and to see how she was feeling and check in on her, even though I was so excited for my day. And then when I got back and she did that, I just thought, right, like...
It was so sad as well because she was so buzzing coming back from the date.
Yeah.
Straight away, she's like, can we have a chat?
I know. I was like, babe, read the villa.
Read the villa. Read the villa.
Yeah.
What's one thing people might not know about Love Island that you can tell us?
God, it's hard.
Like, do you see the producers a lot? Are they quite heavily, like, do you see them?
No, they do limit the contact. So it is like, as they say, like you don't see a lot of people. Maybe the food thing. Like, I think a lot of people don't realise that you get catering and like the lunch times.
Yeah.
We do have like days off, but they're not set. It just depends like how much filming.
What do you do on the days off?
You just chill out, I guess. And like relax. Like a lot of us girls just did like hair wash day and and stuff like that. And the boys would just go in the gym. So that's
of course, of course.
Yeah.
One thing as well people don't know is the journey to the villa.
Oh my God, I know.
If you get car sick, you will get it on that journey.
Yeah.
Horror. It's in like the middle of nowhere.
I know, it is in the middle of nowhere, yeah.
Up mountains. It's
like
hell.
windy mountains as well.
I was in the back of this like car, you know, when there's like like a 6-seater?
Yeah.
I was feeling so sick.
babe.
By the time I got there, I was like sweating. I was like, get me out.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know how you guys did that.
Yeah.
And can you see Casa Amor from the villa?
Yeah.
Right.
Because when Ronnie and Joey were in Casa Amor, me and Samantha were literally on the edge of the swimming pool, looking over, like I was thinking, what is wrong with me? Like,
no, that would be me. And
then he came back with Tiff and I thought, oh, brilliant. I hope he doesn't see this.
Oh my God, I forgot about Tiff. Yeah. Have you spoken to her since you got out? No.
We bumped into each other, yeah.
Was it fine?
It was fine. Like,
yeah.
You know, like, it's what it is. She was a bombshell. She had to pick someone.
Yeah.
So it just happened to be Ronnie. But I didn't really speak to her in there. So it wasn't really a big deal when she picked him. And like, she was in and out, bless her. So
my favourite sound that went viral was the furry raspberry one.
Oh, don't.
When they were talking.
I actually said to Ronnie, like, that's really like ick. Like, come on now. That's why we remade it. Because we did like an interview with someone and we had to like react to the clip.
Yeah.
And they showed it and I was literally like, you know when you're like kicking someone, like I was literally kicking him like Oh my God. Like, surely you've not said that. And I think he forgot that he'd said that.
100%.
Yeah.
They were clutching at straws for convo.
I know. I
love that.
And trust me, you didn't have those chats with me.
No,
so-
we were having deep chats.
Yeah, we was
meaningful
having deep chats.
Let's address the elephant in the room.
Go on.
The hair.
Oh, don't.
Tell me.
So, God, the hair in there, like the humidity was a joke.
Yeah.
And, you know, my hair is naturally so curly. So as soon as I walked out the dressing room, it would just be like poof. But like anyone who knows me on the outside, like I get a bouncy blow dry every single week and my hair is, you know, always 10 out of 10. So when I saw the clips, like people brushing my hair on the screen, I was like, okay, did I actually look like that? Like I did need a hairbrush in there, but thanks for telling me, girls. And so when we were in the villa, they said to me like, you know, you need to get your tapes done.
Right.
But I'd recently got them done before and I was like happy with them.
Yeah.
Minus the humidity, but that can't be helped. And I was like, no, like I don't need them done. And they were like, no, you need to have them done. Like you need to have your tapes done.
Right.
And they were like, because you know, if you're into the end, like you're not going to get your hair done, you need to get them done.
Fine.
So I got them done, and then 3 days later, I was gone.
At least you left with a fresh set.
I know, true, but obviously at that time, I was like really putting my foot down, and I was like, no, like I'm not getting my hair done. Like I'm really not getting my hair done.
Did they do that because of what people were saying on the outside?
No, because they did it for everyone.
Oh,
but like they
you get your hair redone in there.
Yeah.
Bargain.
Yeah, no, they got someone in there. He was really lovely. He was from London, actually.
Oh.
Really good. Yeah, really good guy. But I was just, I just didn't expect like that someone would come in and do our hair. And they were like to me, you need to get it done because if you're into the end, Harry, like you're not having like
you 3 days later.
3 days
Thank
later.
you. You get your nails and stuff done too.
We got them done once. Yeah.
Wow.
I know. I was really happy with mine.
The treatment.
I know. It was great. It's princess treatment. I loved it.
Well, you were so good to watch.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for coming on the pod.
Thank you for having me.
So good.
Thank you.
And you spilled the tea. And don't forget, this week's podcast has been brought to you by FemFresh, the UK's #1 brand in feminine hygiene. If you're watching, give it a like and subscribe. And if you've been listening, give it a follow and a 5-star review. Bye.